Hello all, here I am again with a new topic, and it's going to be subsidiary books, which will be introduced today. Subsidiary books are the special books where a particular kind of transactions are recorded. Like you all have learnt by now how we write the journal entries and how we post them into different accounts in ledger you have seen. The next step is going to be the subsidiary books where particular kind of transactions are recorded. Why it is done so is in small business organizations, writing journal entries is easy because the transactions are limited and they all could be put together and can be written in one single book. But when we are talking about big business organizations, it becomes difficult to put all journal entries under one book, and that is how different other categories of books are recorded to make the work even more simple, so that the recording can be done in a easier way. So subsidiary books, if we speak about subsidiary books, what exactly are subsidiary books is it is divided into 8 categories. We have a purchase book in it first and foremost, then we have purchase returns book, sales book, sales returns book, cash book, bills receivable book, bills payable book, and journal proper. So these are 8 kinds of subsidiary books. Now all transactions relating to purchases of the organization has done, they'll be recorded under one book, that is going to be purchase book. And likewise all the returns done by the organization, they'll be written in the purchase returns book. Likewise sales done will be written in the sales book. Then sales which are returned by our customers, they'll be written in sales returns book. All the transactions relating to cash, they will be recorded, these journal entries will be recorded in the cash book. Likewise bills receivable children, like these are credit instrument. You all have learnt that the transactions either they are done in cash or on credit. So when we are dealing in cash, they are all recorded in cash book. But when we are dealing in credit transactions, we need different instruments, different ways we deal in credit. Like checks is one of the beautiful example. Instead of cash, we can pay or receive check. In the same way, bill of exchange is an instrument, dear students, which is used for credit purchase or credit sales. So when you have to receive money from your debtors, that is bills receivable, and when you have to pay to your creditor and you have signed a bill, that is called as bills payable. And then the last subsidiary book you will learn about is journal proper, where again all the journal transactions which could be not be recorded in these books are recorded there. Like it could be rectification of entries, it could be any adjustment in journals, or it could be opening entries where the balance is checked, the difference between assets and liabilities. Not to confuse you, we'll see all this in detail. The next chapter is going to be journal proper. So this was just to give you an idea what exactly we have in subsidiary books. Now why is it important to study subsidiary books is because it is simple recording. See, when you divide the work and you write it, it becomes very clear to understand, and the work goes in an organized way, and it is very efficient as well. And any mistakes done while recording these journal entries, it becomes easy to detect them, to find them. If you want to know how much purchases are during that particular month, you can just pull out the purchase book. You don't have to turn all the pages in the journal or in the ledger to find out when what was purchased and so on. But purchase book, it gives you a clear picture about all the purchases done. Likewise sales book, it tells you everything about the sales done by the organization. So this was the introduction regarding the subsidiary books, dear students. In my next video, I'll tell you the formats, how to go by. And in this chapter you'll be learning about first 4 subsidiary books. That is, you will learn about how to maintain the purchase book, how to maintain the sales book, how to maintain the purchase returns book, and sales returns book. As I said, the next chapter is going to be journal proper, and after that you will be learning cash book and bills receivable and bills payable. I'll just give you the formats. You'll just have to go through the format, because in detail about bill of exchange you'll be studying in your intermediate second year. Thank you so much for listening. Good day all.